there CBC, my name is Abigail and I am your Wednesday and this week's theme is colors. Despite the fact that I tend to wear a lot of black, colors are actually a very big part of my life. I have like color superpowers basically. I'm a tetrachromat, so I can actually see more colors than the average person, which is cool. There goes my softbox. Okay. You wanna turn back on, softbox? But then the thing is that I've always said that I would rather go blind than deaf. Now part of that is just because music is a thing that I'd have a lot of trouble living without. But the thing is, if I were to go deaf, I'd be losing colors as well. So basically, I could lose color and hearing, or just color. Abigail, what does that mean? I have this thing called synesthesia. Or at least I think I do, because you can't technically diagnose this, but I seem to fit the things that say you have synesthesia. The word literally means joined perception, and it basically means that two of your senses are kind of connected. Some people, like me, link colors to words, so the hearing and visual senses are connected. Other people might smell things and then hear something, and then all these other combinations that I'm not gonna list because you can probably figure those out. Now, as I said, there's not really any real diagnosis you can get, but there are a few things that are required for it to be considered synesthesia. I found 4 that kind of sum it up nicely. The first thing, it has to be involuntary. What was that? A lot of people might smell cookies and then think of the face of their grandmother because she used to bake cookies with them. That doesn't really count because it's a memory. It needs to be without you actively thinking, and it needs to just happen. Number 2, a lot of the time synesthetic perceptions are projected. This means you sort of see them instead of like back in your mind's eye, you see them like in front of you. A lot of people might also see numbers or dates or things like scattered around them. Number 3, they have to be simple. You can't smell cookies and think of a giant room with all these details in it and lots of people. It needs to just be you smell cookies and think of the color red or something. Number 4, they have to be the same every time. This is exactly what it sounds like. You can't hear a song and see the color yellow once and then hear a song and see the color red the next time. People who are synesthetic tend to be of the female sex, which is me, and they also tend to be left-handed, which I actually am not, but I thought that was cool, so I'm throwing it in. For me, I mainly associate colors and genders with words. Let me just say the gender part is extremely annoying when you're trying to learn languages and they have genders for their words, because I immediately think of a gender and that's not always the gender that the word actually has. For me personally, a lot of things tend to be either brick red or like a pale blue kind of color. And I mean, I have words that are green or yellow or things. It's just, it seems like the majority of my words, thinking about it currently, are like a pale blue or a brick red. Some of you may know that I do a lot of like minimalistic painting type things inspired by music. And a lot of these paintings actually get their colors because they're the colors that I hear when I listen to those songs. And so I made one for my friend a little while ago inspired by Laughter Lines by Bastille. And I hadn't told her what song it was, so she was trying to guess what song it was, and she actually figured it was Durban Skies because of the sky in the background. But for me, I was just like, what? Laughter Lines is yellow and orange. Durban Skies is dark blue and gray. They've always been dark blue and gray and yellow and orange. Why would Durban Skies be yellow and orange? And sometimes for me, things do have multiple colors. And it's not necessarily that I associate a different color each time, it's that I associate all of them at once. Like the dark blue and gray thing, it's both of them. And then for other songs, it is just a simple one color. It's just a thing. It's like the tetrachromat thing. I didn't actually know it was a thing until very recently. I've just kind of always had it, and it's kind of been a thing that I figured everyone just kind of did. But then kind of recently, I did a color blindness test in school, and I did freakishly good at it. And so then I came home and was like, why was I the only one that got all of these correct? And my mom was like, oh yeah, I'm a tetrachromat, you should take the test. So I took the test online. Turns out I can see more colors than most people. And then I don't even know how I found the synesthesia thing. Honestly. I don't remember at this point, but I found it and was reading through it and was like, wait, hold up. There's a thing that this is. If you are either a tetrachromat or a synesthetic person, you should comment down below and we can talk about what words you associate with what colors. Just because, like, it's cool to see what colors you associate with them, because my colors are probably going to be really different. I'll see you next Wednesday, folks. Except I won't be talking to you because, I don't know if I'm allowed to tell you what the theme is. Never mind. Bye, kids.